E, send me that.
Grand Rising, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this morning We Inform show. I'm your informant, Precious Johnson. Now, you know how I like to start us off. This is by Helen Keller. Be of good cheer. Do not think of today's failures, but think of the success that may come tomorrow. You have to set yourself a difficult task, but you know you will succeed if you persevere. And you will find joy in overcoming obstacles. Just remember, no effort we make to attain something beautiful is ever lost. Fantastic. So today, Rick and I are wrapping up our conversation on a powerful budgeting program designed based on a concept called velocity banking. In other words, velocity means acceleration. So getting you from point A to point B in the fastest way possible. That is what the Money Max account is all about. Our personalized financial GPS. The algorithm is built into the program and it's meant to take you from point A, no budget, no plan, paying max interest, and being in debt longer, to point B, which is a strategic plan cutting your debt payoff in half the time, saving you most money and not having to sacrifice your lifestyle while doing it. Fantastic. So today, Rick and I are wrapping up our conversation on a powerful budgeting program designed based on a concept called velocity banking. In other words, velocity means acceleration. So getting you from point A to point B in the fastest way possible. This is what the Money Max account is all about, which is our personalized financial GPS. The algorithm that's built into this budgeting program is meant to take you from, like I said, point A by having no budget, no plan, paying the max amount in interest, and being in debt longer, to point B, which is a strategic plan, cutting your debt payoff in half the time, saving you the most amount of money and not having to sacrifice your lifestyle while doing it. Rick and I work closely to be sure that we inform as many people as possible about this game changing program. It's new, it's foreign, and we're not taught this in school. So we have to know when we need a new way and allow technology to help us create a better financial situation for ourselves. And I hope you're not selfish, because if you have families and friends, I need you to tell them too so they can be just as great as you are in making better financial decisions. So let's get started.
So let me switch back over and show people what we were talking about before. We were talking about this transparency with money, right? That's what we were talking about. It's that anybody can have transparency with money. And so it's simple to use. It comes with all the financial education. We have weekly webinars where we continue to teach people. We're on YouTube where we teach people how to use the program. And we couldn't make it more simple. There's a phone call, that we're right on the action plan. Just call us right here. You can actually even live chat us. And coming out this year, we've got a mobile app that'll be out, so that right there in the palm of your hand, you've actually got something that you could actually know. So, and what that means is this: Precious, you're at the car dealership. You're at the car dealership and they're telling you that the car is going to be 7% interest and it's going to be $500 a month. You're actually right in your hand. You can put that information in to know what it's going to mean for you to go ahead and make that move. I mean, never before has anybody ever had anything that's this kind of power, financial power for their lives. Nobody's ever had it. We're the only company in America today that has something like, and we've won I am telling you, numerous awards for what we do. U.S. Bank, Wells Fargo Bank have highly recommended us before. We're A+ rated through the Better Business Bureau. We're in 21 years of business, we've still got 4.9 stars. I mean, it's like we're in the financial business, we're total rock stars, is what we are. And so and anybody can have the future that they want to have. And so the big thing about it too is this right here, is that we actually make promises, is what we do. Number one, we are zero risk. There's no risk whatsoever. This is a banking algorithm that understands money right down to the penny. This is no different than your banks, although they're trying to take the most amount of interest. There's literally no magic involved in this thing. This is all math, 100%. It's highly complicated math. It involves a lot of X's and Y's and squares and things. It involves a lot of stuff, a lot of buttons that you can't find on the calculator. And it comes with 100% money back guarantee. It's going to do exactly what we tell people it's going to do. And we even have benchmarks built in. We say by the end of your first year, this is where you'll be. By the end of your second year, this is where you'll be. And if you're not, we'd refund your money. But we know where you'll be. All you have to do is just tell the system what came in, what went out. It'll see what's left. It'll give you the exact instructions. And that's all you've got to do. And as I mentioned before, it's live coaching. They get to work with somebody, basically what we call certified field trainers, people that are experts in using the program. And we don't charge for it. It's free. And so we do everything we can to go ahead and make sure that someone is getting the results that they're going to go ahead, that they want to achieve, whether it was eliminating debt or maybe adding rental properties in and growing well. We've got clients everywhere that say, if you look us up, you're going to see some reviews that people are going to be telling you that it's life changing. And it's not me saying it. It's not Miss Precious saying it. It's tens of thousands of people across America saying that, hey, what you need to do is you need to go ahead and keep all that interest, and not a little. Again, 50, 60, 70, sometimes even 80 and even 90% of the interest you can actually keep. You don't have to give it away. You all know it actually says on your loan documents that there's no prepayment penalty, which means you can pay it off early and you don't have to pay all the interest. And then right below it, they give you the instructions, right? Mm-hmm. No, they don't give instructions. Banks never give instructions, but guess what? We are. Where you give instructions is what we do. We show you exactly how to go ahead and use that clause to your benefit. So and this is what we're trying to give everybody. We're trying to give them a personal savings report. And this is it. The idea that you can wake up in the morning and be completely free from stress is what you can be, because you would know that you are on the fastest possible route to go ahead and completely eliminate your debt or to grow the wealth that you want to grow. And what we do is that we collect some data, is what we collect. And we ask you it's non-invasive. So what we do ask, what's the balance on your mortgage? What's the interest rate? What's the payment? What's the escrow? What's the balance on your credit card? What's the minimum payment? What's the interest rate? We plug all that information in there, and it gives us back these results right here. And we don't charge you for that either. We want to give it to you. We want everybody to see what is possible for them. I mean, and when you finally see what can really happen for you, it is mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling about what kind of success you can actually have here. And think about it. Again, it's going to do all the thinking. For this family right here, they still had 28 and a half years to go on their mortgage, is what they had. But using this program, they'd be completely debt-free in 8 years. 8 years, 28 years. I mean, they're going to knock out 20 years of payments. With what? They're keeping almost 70% of the interest is what they're going to do. And they only had $149 of cash flow. So they don't have a ton of money. That's not what they've got. They're not saving a bunch of money for their future with only $149 left. They just need to know how to pay the bills, is what they need to know. And again, it's not the regular bills. Those, put them on auto pay, right? But what happens with the found money? What happens with the cash flow? And this family can actually, even with only $149 of cash flow, if they would have been canceling the interest and using the money appropriately in the same 28 years that they were going to go ahead and pay off the mortgage, we could have shown them how to put together more than $3 million in their savings account. And we change lives. But the question is this: should you automate your thinking? Should you automate your banking thinking? Today, technology has changed everything about our lives. From the cars we're driving, electric cars all over the highways, even self-driving cars all over the highways. I mean, that's like a total Jetson kind of moment. And so smartphones, just that we never seem to put down nowadays. I mean, everything is changing, and it always changes it to make it easier for you. Today, it's actually changing how folks eliminate debt or grow wealth. And again, it's that anybody can have the future that they're really looking for. What we're not, we don't do any refinancing. There's no debt snowball. There's no avalanche. There's no debt settlement. There's no loan modifications. In fact, you don't even change your lifestyle. If you like Starbucks, keep going. The system just wants to be able to go ahead and see whatever the cash flow is. The precious, like the first question is, how much is it? So it's
Exactly.
like everybody get down to the
Let me
money.
know the price. What's my investment? How do I know
Yeah,
if this is right for me?
yeah, I know. You know, the and I'm going to tell you, it's the price is almost like buying some life insurance. It depends on how old you are, whether or not you were healthy, whether you're a smoker or not, and that's kind of like what it is with us too. It fluctuates for every client, and because it's an algorithm, it sees what kind of timeline it's going to take. It sees how much interest it's going to help them keep, and so the price varies for everybody. But I'll tell you right now though, for folks that have a mortgage, it might be a mortgage payment, maybe more, maybe a mortgage payment, maybe two of them. And so imagine if it was two mortgage payments and you canceled 20 years of mortgage payment. If your bank called you today and said, "Hey, if you'll bring me two mortgage payments, we'll knock off 20 years," I mean, you'd take off work. Yeah, is what you do. You might miss your child's event at school. I'll see the next one. The but that's usually what it is. And if they don't have a mortgage, it's even less. It would be even less. Although I will tell you though, a lot of clients actually, because we don't say no to anybody, so we actually even allow them to have actually payment plans on it if they wanted to. Yeah, because we're not going to say no to anybody. I mean, we're on a mission to go ahead and rescue America. It's one family at a time, but we're going to win. People need to learn to be able to go ahead and keep their money, and we're going to continue the march, continue to do it. As we take a break, I'm hoping your wheels are turning, trying to figure out your next move and what you need to do. Staying stuck and continuing the same cycle of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result, is getting you nowhere fast. So be sure to keep listening to know how you can get going today.
Hi, this is Dion, and I'm proud to support the We Inform show, where powerful information meets real solutions. Week after week, this platform delivers insights that help families, entrepreneurs, and investors make smarter financial moves. But We Inform isn't just talk, it's action. Through their proven programs, they help you take control of your budget, access business funding, and even structure real estate investment funding that can turn ideas into income. I support We Inform because they empower people to break free from debt, build wealth, and create opportunities that last. So if you're ready for powerful information backed by powerful services, tune into the We Inform show and connect with We Inform today, because knowledge without action is just potential, but knowledge with the right power changes everything.
College life is busy, and let's be real, money disappears fast between tuition, rent, food, and just trying to have a life. It feels like there's never enough. That's why I'm all about the We Inform budgeting program. This isn't some boring spreadsheet or someone telling you to stop buying coffee. It's a system that actually shows you where your money goes and how to use it smarter. Think paying off loans faster, cutting down interest, and finally not stressing when bills hit. I started using the strategies and realized I can actually keep more of my paycheck, plans for expenses, and still enjoying myself. It feels good knowing my money is working for me instead of just slipping away. So if you're tired of being broke by mid-month, check out the We Inform budgeting program today at weinformconsulting.com/budgeting made simple, because having a budget isn't about restrictions, it's about freedom.
Terminals, so many terminals. Trying to make my way to luggage, but you see the others, they pushing and shoving it all in my area. You know I've been missing you, kissing you through the phone, but now I wanna just raise you and put you on pedestal. On pedestal. You know I've been playing for 17 hours and now I can see you, my girl. I feel like I'm a criminal, a free criminal. Cause it was bad what I did, but we start fresh. You was mad, but I ran to you. Let's start fresh. Now I'm trying to be the man for you. Let's start fresh. Took a flight and a train for you. Let's start fresh. Flight 99. Animal was acting so animal. Back in the day, I was dogging you, I was mistreating you, I wasn't treating you like you was general. You was general. We was at war and at love and at war and at love and at war and at love, but I tell you, I give it up. Give it up. And now I can see you, I hope you can see the way that I had taste when I embrace you, baby, let's give it up. Let's live it up. Cause it was bad when I did you, but we start fresh. You was mad, but I ran to you. Let's start fresh. Now I'm trying to be the man for you. Let's start fresh.
Welcome back. Now, this isn't about me and my pockets. It's about investing in ourselves to become better. What I'm saying, when we know better, we do better. And that's exactly what we should be striving to do now that we know a better and easier way. So be in the know. Find out what your situation will look like in 5 to 10 years if you get started today. The analysis is at no cost to you. Just send me a DM analysis worksheet to Miss Precious AJO or go to www.weinformconsulting.com/budgeting made simple. You can also go to YouTube, subscribe to We Inform Consulting, that is one word, to listen and see the full conversation. Now let's get back into it.
How does it work? Okay, well that's okay. I'm going to get better on explaining this, but this is really how it actually works. Everybody here has income, and frequency of the income and how much the income is inside of the frequency can change every single month, just like our living expenses can change every month. Groceries were higher or lower, gas for the vehicles higher or lower, things like that. You know, kids had an event at school, you had a fundraiser, and you had to pay some money, whatever it was. So the whole idea is that the monthly debt bills, okay, car loans, mortgages, things like that, they stay the same every month, right? But everything else is in a state of flux. It's always changing. It's always moving around. And that's why we don't really know what to do with it all. Well, the system is able to see all that movement. It's able to see all that moving around. And so we simply confirm what took place at the bank. If you saw that the bank was a deposit of 21, 21, 21, you tell the system, yep, that's what it was, 21, 21, 21, and sees that. And so, if it's solid, if it was the same, the next payday, great. If it was different, you just tell it what it was. That's all you do. And so then it sees the income coming in for the month. It sees you making basically your debt payments. And then it sees how you're doing your living expenses through the month. Did you put, you might have had all these on auto pay on a credit card and then paid it off at the end of the month, or it can be as detailed as you want it to be as well. If I do this one from this credit card, this one from that credit card, depending on how, because some people play credit card shuffle, right? And so you can do all of that inside of the system, but the system at the end of the month will end up seeing whatever cash flow is left over. And there are only 3 things that we can do with this cash flow. You can spend it on yourself, which is fine. You earned it. You deserve to spend some of it on yourself, right? You can go ahead and save it for a rainy day. Just don't put it in the bank, because if you do, they're just going to monetize your money, and they're not going to pay you anything for it. But you can save it if you want. It's better to put it under the mattress. Or you can deploy it. And deploying it means that you can either make it go to work for you, is what you do. So it's going to go to work either canceling interest. Canceling interest is increasing your net worth all by itself. It's money that you're going to earn that you didn't pay out. You're just going to save it up. Or you deploy it to go ahead and grow wealth. In other words, you want to learn how do I do infinite banking? How do I leverage some kind of like IUL or whole life policy to grow wealth, tax-free wealth? How do I do that? Or how do I buy rental property? Or how do I buy lately I've talked to some people that have been doing Turo, or they've been buying cars and they rent these cars out to folks, is what they do. And so how do I do all of that? Well, the system recognizes every bit of that. And at the end of the month, it tells you exactly what to do with the money. Hey, on this day, do this. On that day, do that. And on this other day, do this other thing. That's what it tells you. Exact instructions. And it will even show you how much interest you'll keep by doing it. Follow the instructions, and here's how much interest you keep. Well, sending extra money in each month, what we were trying to do is we were trying to get rid of the interest. The problem is that we don't know where it goes, and we just guess with the money. And we tend to guess wrong, is what we tend to do, because we tend to guess snowball. Snowball has nothing to do with saving interest. So we guess at the wrong one, which means we're deploying it to somewhere where it's barely making any effect whatsoever. And we just don't realize it. We think that we're making some headway. The other thing is that there's something that credit card companies something that they do that really should be illegal. I'm going to show them something about credit cards and why people can't get out of a credit card. And they can stay in credit cards forever. But when I'm evaluating money, this is what I end up doing. And so, for instance, like I'm going to put Discover. All right. Again, most people don't even know how payment is calculated. I'll share it with you right now. So we'll say that that's what they've got on the card, and it's got the $10,000 limit, or even 85, doesn't matter. It's a Discover card. They've always got like a low interest rate is what they've got. Well, so how is a payment calculated? Well, what you do is you take the balance of the card, okay, and then you multiply it times the interest rate is what you do. And then you divide that number by 12, and that's what your monthly interest is going to be. Now, how do they get the payment? Well, you take the monthly interest plus some percentage of the balance is what you do. Now, the percentage of balance, it used to be that it had some by law, it had some windows that you had to fall in. So it had to be by law somewhere between 1% and 5%. 5% meant that your payment was going to be bigger, okay, because you're giving back 5% of the principal. 1% meant that your payment was going to be smaller because you're only giving back 1% of the principal. And so the higher the number, the better for the consumer. The lower the number, the better for the bank, right? And so for instance, if it was at 1%, then for this card, it says that the interest would be $154 and their payment would be $239. And that right there is what? Is that 21.7? Is that 21.74? Well, if we took $154.35 and we divided it by $239.55, we'd see that it's not 21%. It's actually 64.4. How? Because it's not just the rate. On a credit card, if you look at your statement, there's also something called the daily periodic rate. And so so there's something that we're not familiar with on how we go ahead and calculate that payment. Well, when COVID came, the Congress told the banks that, hey, look, what we need to do is don't report people for not making payments. Man, they're down and out right now. And so don't report them for not making payments. And the bank said, okay, we won't if you'll let us do something. And they said, what? What we want to do is we want to be able to go lower than this right here. And today there are credit cards that are now allowed to go as low as 0.25. And so look at this payment, $239. I just told you 60% interest, right? That's what that is. But now they're allowed to go down to 0.25. So your payment went down though, right? You might be happy. Oh man, my payment went down. But look, it's $154 of interest still. And now your payment's only $175. You've only got $21 going against $8,500. So here's a 21% card that looks good on the surface, right? 154.35 divided by 175.65. So when does 21.74 equal 87% interest dollars? When you have a Discover card. That's when. Discover is generally always down around here. And so they give great limits, they give very low interest rates, but not 21%. No, almost 90% is what you really are paying in interest. And they've got a way that they're able to cloak that. Well, it happens all the time. And this is again the reason why they can't, a lot of people are trying to get their debt to income ratio in line, right? So that they can buy a home. And that they have such a struggle with it because of where they've got their debt is sitting in credit cards. And they don't know how to navigate a credit card or how to defeat a credit card. And, in credit cards, they close like we'll say like on the last day. Here's a perfect example. It closes on the last day of the month, but your payment's not due for 25 days, right? And so, but on the last day of the month, it kicks out a payment because it can't charge interest on a payment. So let's say that this card is accumulating some interest when? Day 1, day 2, there's more interest. Day 3, there's more interest. There's a daily periodic rate. Day 4, there's more interest. Day 5, there's more interest. Day 6, and so on and so on and so on. So let's say it's accumulating just $1 of interest a day. 30 days, $30 of interest. But now you decided that you want to go ahead and send them an extra $10. When did you send it? Did you send it over here at the due date? Well, if it was accumulating $1 of interest, an extra $1 a day, at day 10, you broke even, which means your extra $10 was worthless. If you paid it on day 11, your balance went up by $1. If you paid it on day 12, it went up by $2. And so knowing even when to pay makes a huge difference when you're trying to affect your debt to income ratio. And again, it's all about cash flow. This system knows how to maximize the use of the cash flow.
Hey everyone, I want to thank you for tuning in to listening to Rick and I as we took you through this powerful budgeting system based on a concept called velocity banking. This system is an easy, done for you system, which I call budgeting made simple. It's a system that removes the ability to have to think and create charts. It's a done for you system. And like I said, it's budgeting made simple. All you have to do is just put your information in, follow the steps, and watch how the system can take you from being debt free in, say, 5 to 10 years to maybe 3 to 4 years. Or if you have a mortgage, from 30 years to, say, 5 years. But the system, you have to follow it. And it's about step-by-step guide and showing you how to get things done the right way and the fastest way as possible. So if you're tuning in and you say you want to be a part of this system, don't hesitate to reach out and send me a DM at Miss Precious AJO on Instagram, or you can follow and watch the whole series again on YouTube at We Inform Consulting. That's one word, and catch everything that you missed. And also you can see us live and like I said, complete the analysis worksheet and get back to us so we can see and get you on a better path to financial freedom and get you to where you can start investing in yourself, your future, and your family. Thanks, y'all. Have a blessed and amazing day. Hey, this is your informant Precious of the We Inform Show. I'm here to bring you impactful information that will help you succeed in your endeavors. Follow me on Instagram at Miss Precious AJO to get a heads up on topics I'll be discussing, and also follow us on YouTube at We Inform Consulting to listen to shows that you may have missed or you want to hear again. Thank you for tuning in every Friday morning at 7:30 a.m. to get informed, and be sure to share this station with your friends and family so they can be informed too. We Inform Show, it can be heard on TuneIn, Apple Music, Streama, YouTube, and more. Just search WDRB Media.
Let's take control of money. With a budgeting program that gives families and businesses a smarter strategy to save thousands and control cash flow. As a business owner, get access to capital with our business funding options. And for our real estate investment funding, we help ensure deals get closed quickly and with confidence. Take control of money today at www.weinformconsulting.com.
Financial freedom is everything, and We Inform is your partner in taking control of money.